So, you have decided to take the IELTS exam. Great choice. It is the test that opens doors around the world. Here we look at a diagram. This is one type of writing task 1, which will come in the real exam. Look for the other types in my videos. You should be familiar with all of them to get a high score. This is an example of the writing task with a diagram. Keep in mind that diagrams may show different kinds of visuals or processes. There may be a cyclic, natural process, or a man-made, flow process. In this case, the diagram shows the sequence of events that are created by both humans and the nature. Now, let's take a quick look at a question. It says the diagram shows how one infected person with a virus can spread his or her disease to others in public places. When you have familiarized yourself with the diagram, it is time to start writing the answer. Let's go to how to do that. The diagram illustrates the virus spread among people who are in close contact with one another. For the first paragraph, I paraphrased the question sentence. I took the idea in the question and restated it in a different way by changing its structure and vocabulary. Paraphrasing is not just taking some words and replacing them with other words. It is changing a sentence into a different sentence as well, but keeping the same meaning as the original. Now move on to the next paragraph. It is a general overview. Before writing this, check if the data relates to the past, or to the present, or to the future. In what tense should we describe the data? Try to find it. I'll give you a couple of seconds. So, for those of you who were able to find it, congratulations. And, for those of you who just want to follow, feel free. Actually, here, you can choose any tense form. Because there is no given time in the data. So, the data can be described in the past, in the present, and in the future time. But, remember, you should use one verb tense throughout your writing. Otherwise, your ideas will be unclear to the reader. Now, come back to our overview paragraph. Overall, there are 3 cases in which different scenarios take place, from the worst one to an improved situation. For sequence diagrams like this one, you should write the number of cases in the diagram as well as how the sequence begins and ends. Because diagrams like line graphs, pie charts, and bar charts have no general trends or key features to identify. As you see, I highlighted some words in green and blue. They are cohesive devices, which are words and phrases we use to make connections between ideas within a text. There are many ways of using cohesive devices. One way of them is to use different kinds of pronouns. Pronouns are helpful because they let us avoid repetition by referring to something that has already been mentioned. For example, the word one as a pronoun is used to refer to the word scenario that was mentioned earlier. Another way of pronoun usage is to connect ideas within a sentence. The words who and in which link 2 parts of one sentence. And the word overall indicates the reader that I'm going to write the overview paragraph. So, using cohesive devices make your writing clear for the reader. Why is it important to make your writing clear and easy to follow? Well, if we have a look at the instructions, it is written that write a report for a university lecturer describing the information given. So, since you will write an academic text, your sentences and paragraphs should be connected well with one another. In the next paragraphs, we should describe each case separately in detail. However, unlike graphs, charts, and tables, diagrams have no general rules for grouping data. In fact, you can group the data in 1, 2, or 3 paragraphs. In this example, I described the details in 3 paragraphs. In the first case, where there is no limit to social interactions, the virus spread fast. Within 5 days, the average number of infected cases increases from 1 to 2.5 people. Then, these victims pass their diseases further to other 406 healthy persons in a month. Another way to make your writing more cohesive is by using words that make specific kinds of connections. These words are called lexical signposts. We can use them to help organize our writing and guide the reader. Some of the signposts are used to make lists like first, second, third. In our case, the signposts are in the first case, in the second case, and so on. By using them, I created a connection between the paragraphs. After the first signpost, another linking device, where, is used, making double connects within one sentence. So, these are examples of connecting paragraphs and two parts of one sentence. Moreover, we can connect two sentences to each other with words like then. Using these cohesive devices effectively helps the reader better understand the meaning and relationships between ideas in a text. Once the exposure of people to each other is halted at a half level, the cases of infection slow down twice in the first 5 days and to 15 patients in a month. Another way of using cohesive devices is repeating keywords throughout the course of a text. Sometimes it is helpful to repeat keywords. To do this, you don't have to use the exact same word. In the previous sentences, I used the word people 3 times. But I also used some alternatives for this word. These words are patients, victims, and persons. The third case is when the outbreak is isolated and the confirmed cases reach the least level. Just about 0.625 people have potential to catch the virus from an infected person and to infect only 2.5 people monthly. Here, we can see the repeat of words that refer to the infection cases. These words are highlighted in red: infected cases, case of infection, and confirmed cases. By repeating the keyword again and again, I strengthen the same idea about infection throughout the text. In the public version of Writing Task 1, Band Descriptors, it is written that a candidate who manages all aspects of cohesion well gets 8 score for coherence and cohesion. This is one of 4 criteria on which your writing will be evaluated. Cohesion is an important quality of effective academic writing because it ensures that ideas are properly connected and the reader can clearly understand these connections. The sentences and paragraphs within a text should all be related to one another. If we write the text without the connections, the ideas will be isolated. And the isolation looks like this. Or looks like this. That is why avoid isolations in your writing.